guys, it's Elizabeth finding Elizabeth, and this is crazy hair because I don't have a brush in here. And sorry, Cinnamon's barking, probably because Gracie's threatening to eat her. Anyway, good morning. It's Elizabeth finding Elizabeth. It is April 4th, 2017. This is my 2-year, 11-month, and 3-week post-op vertical sleeve gastrectomy update. Coming to you from my bedroom while I'm getting crazy hair. Okay, I'm just going to let it go. It is what it is. Coming to you from my bedroom this morning while I'm getting ready. I was going to do a car video, but then I realized there was something I wanted to read to you guys, so I couldn't do that. So making it now. This is my 3rd attempt because of hair issues and iPad issues, and I need to pull up my shirt issues. So how is everybody? I am 51 years old and 5'4". My highest weight in January of 2014 was 402 pounds. I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on April 14th, 2014 at 360.6 pounds. My lowest weight in this process was about 198 pounds, which was at the end of May of 2016. And my weight last week was 212.6. My weight today was 214 pounds. So, yeah, that's about a 1.4 pound gain. And why is that? I will tell you why. Probably because I decided to go back on keto and I really carb loaded this week. Have you heard the term food funerals? Anyway, why did I decide to go try keto again? Well, first off, I had been following a nutrition program and weightlifting program from a book that I've mentioned in other videos, and I wasn't sure if the nutrition plan was going to work for weight loss surgery patients. It was a lot of calories, it was super high protein, it was way more carbs than I was used to eating, and what I found was that I did fine, lost a couple pounds the first week or two, and then it just kind of stabilized. So it's like, if I'm going to do this, I need to mix something up. So I'm trying keto again. And I started on Monday. Monday I did well. Yesterday was a total fail, but every day is a new chance and a new, and every minute's a new choice. So anyway, gonna give it a shot, gonna see where we are next week. I am working out 3 to 5 times a week, weight training and doing cardio. I feel great. It feels wonderful to be back at the gym. All my initial being uncomfortable about, doing the free weightlifting has resolved. I got my groove. I know what I'm doing. And it feels fantastic. Also, I think I mentioned this last week, but even though my weight hasn't changed and I took my measurements last week and they haven't significantly changed, I just don't feel like I'm a sausage stuffed into my clothes anymore, which feels really good. So going to continue to do that. And what else? Oh, this is funny. Last night had a little bit of an aha moment thanks to Gracie and Mama June. We were watching that Mama June from Hot to Not show, and I don't know, because I always get confused about what I say on videos and what I say to people just in my conversations with them, but plastic surgery is sort of out of my budget, and I've been being a little pissed off and angry about it lately because I feel like, honestly, if I were able to have all the surgery I needed to have, I would be done, and it would take off a considerable amount of weight. I'm assuming at least. I mean, a year and a half ago, they said, like, it would probably be 13 pounds off my stomach, plus my arms, plus blah, blah, blah. I would probably be where I wanted to be if I was able to do that, but from a financial perspective, it's just not possible for me. But we were watching the reveal thing last night, and Mama June was getting her neck done, and I asked Gracie, well, what do you think if I could do one thing first? Would it be my neck, my boobs, my stomach, my arms? And she said she thought I should do my boobs first because it would really change my body shape, etc. And then I thought about Amy's experience with that as well, and I was like, wait a minute, I could actually afford to get my boobs done. Maybe I just need to break this down and get a little bit done at a time. So who knows? Maybe there will be plastics in my future. I'm going to start investigating local people to maybe get that done. So anyway, that's kind of exciting. I'm a little bit excited by that idea. And that doesn't seem so overwhelming. I mean, that is not that much. I mean, it's like $5,000 or $6,000, which is a lot, but I mean, compared to $25,000 or whatever, it's a much more manageable number. So anyway, that's what's going on from a weight loss, health, body perspective. Did I say thank you, Tanya, for helping me with keto? Because I've redone this video like 4 times. But thank you, Tanya, for always being so helpful and supportive. From a sort of mental health perspective, and this does tie back to weight loss surgery, but we did a sort of impromptu Naked Truth last week. I think on Tuesday, about 80 people saw it before I took it down. It was Gracie, Scotty, and I. I took it down really because I had had a few too many cocktails and I didn't like it. And somebody commented that would I let the poor guy speak, meaning Scotty. And I watched it. I just didn't like how I came across. So we will be redoing it sometime this week with Gracie to get all your questions answered again. But what I had said that day, and the reason I had had a few too many cocktails, was I had gotten, the person I was seeing had said he thought we shouldn't see each other anymore. And I was a little upset about that. But here's the thing from a weight loss surgery perspective that I learned about that. It's that, there are, so this is what I would call my second sort of relationship. I've gone on lots of first and second dates with people, but what I would consider a relationship, I met this guy like a year and a half ago, and we've seen each other kind of on and off since then, but more so in the since like October. We had been seeing each other fairly regularly. And so this was like what I consider my second relationship breakup since weight loss surgery. And I wasn't, as invested as I was in the first relationship. And, but it stung. It hurt a little bit. But here's the thing that I realized. I was just sort of observing the way I handled this versus the way I handled the first breakup, and just the way even internally I think about it. And what I realized was, even though I'm 51 years old, and I always, up until the last 10 years or so, I always had boyfriends and husbands, but I was always approaching it as, a fat person who I should be lucky that these people are with me, which is ridiculous. But what I realized in reflecting on the second relationship breakup was, as someone who was super morbidly obese for such an extended period of time, and even when I wasn't, I felt like I was, there are a lot of things that I should have maybe experienced in my 20s that I didn't, and I don't have, I didn't have a lot of experience to pull on. And what this made me, ending of a relationship made me realize was that, even though I'm 51 years old, I may be a little, adolescent in how I handle this. But to see the huge change between the first one and the second one and how I look at it and how I think about it is hugely different. And it just made me have a little compassion, for myself, because a lot of times I will be like, you're 51 years old. Why are you this upset about this? Why are you? And it doesn't matter how old you are. But what I realized was that a lot of these experiences in relationships that other people had much younger, I am just starting to have. And as I get more experience and I understand how it works and I understand how my thinking works around it, I see myself maturing and changing my response pattern. Certainly not perfect, but much, much, much better. And I can take it, just take it for what it is without it being the end of the world. And so I guess from a weight loss surgery perspective, the message behind that is just have grace with yourself. There are things that you're going to experience now that you've lost weight, regardless of how old you are, that may have developmentally for other people come much earlier in life, and you need to be patient with yourself and know that as you have more experiences in the world in this way, the way you respond will change, and everything is a learning and growing experience. But the one thing I wanted to read to you guys, and I shared it on Facebook, so some of you may have seen it, but I have, and I think I've mentioned this in a couple videos recently, but I have occasionally found myself of late catching myself thinking, not that I would in any way, shape, or form go back to being 400 pounds, but the thought has crossed my mind that, there were things about life that were, easier then. Because I wasn't relating to the world. I wasn't in relationships with friends or family or in romantic relationships. And it brings up a lot of stuff. And sometimes I have found myself thinking, this shit is hard. This isn't easy. Dealing with all these emotions and feeling isn't easy. It was easier sometimes to be 400 pounds. But because you all know Gracie hates Cinnamon, because Cinnamon's my dog. Cinnamon is very obnoxious, and Gracie is upstairs in my loft, and she had to keep Cinnamon from going up there, because when I go to the gym at 4:30 in the morning, Cinnamon goes up there and wants to go potty up there and wants to annoy Gracie. And so she had taken this storage box of my stuff that was up there and kind of put it to block the stairs, and I hadn't looked in that storage box, but it was kind of clear. And as I was walking by it, because my office is up there, I was like, oh, there's two things up there that look interesting. One was just another friend's writing that I hadn't seen, and so I wasn't sure what that was, and I picked it up. And the other was this paper. And I picked it up and I read it, and it really sort of blew me away. And I'm going to read it to you guys. So this is dated December 1997, and I have a vague memory of this. So this is like almost 20 years ago. I would have been, my son would have been a year and a half. He's 20 and a half now, or he's almost 21. He'll be 21 in 2 months. And I had taken this, what I thought was like a lovely piece of paper at the time, and I had written this note out to myself, and I remember folding it up and putting it in a box and wrapping it and putting it under the Christmas tree. And here's what it says. It says, Merry Christmas, dear Elizabeth. My gift to you, the first real gift I've ever given you, is the permission, the courage, the strength, the love, and the acceptance to finally lose this weight. To allow you to fully be the beautiful woman that you are and to live and enjoy life, to be a full participant. This is the most precious gift you've ever received, and you deserve it. You deserve to be beautiful, loved, and respected from this point forward, with full love of self for who I am, finally unconditional love. And then I signed it myself. So this was like a gift and permission I gave myself. Until I saw this the other day, I had no memory of this. When I saw it, I had a slight memory of it, but it took 20 years, it took 20 years, and it did take permission, courage, strength, love, and acceptance to get here, and it's going to take it to stay here. And this was just a real wake-up call to me, because there are days that may be hard, because I'm not used to dealing with feelings and emotions and people and things, because I didn't do that forever. But I have the courage and the strength to do that and to fully live my life, and so do you. And it took me 20 years to get here. It's just really kind of amazing. It took 20 years to get here, but I finally got here, and it's not too late. It's never too late. All right, guys, have a great week, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.